Hello, I hope that I am now appearing live on YouTube, and this is very exciting for me because it's the first time I have ever streamed live. Anyway, hello, I'm Scott Schubert, and what's the reason why I'm here today? There's a reason why I'm here, and just hold on a second, I'm gonna kind of, okay, I can see I'm on there, but today I won't be able to adjust any synchronization of the audio with the video. I'll do that later. So that was next thing. Anyway, what's the purpose for me being here today? And that is because there have been a lot of people all over the world who have tried to learn how to trade and experienced nothing but endless disappointment and frustration, spent thousands of dollars on training and courses and products and software and all the different things that are, many of which are just complete useless gimmicks to try to entertain people and to take their money. And many of these people have just ended up with nothing to show for it, never made a dime in trading. And if you're one of those people, that's the reason for this channel, is to show people what really works in a way that hopefully a lot of people can actually see that what I'm showing and what I'm saying is all true. And if you have the ability to detect if something is true or if someone is telling the truth, that skill or that talent would be very useful in this, because a lot of people can just sense having a resonance with what I'm doing, because they can tell that there have been enough people already that we've interviewed on our channel. You can see quite a lot of them over and over. We're interviewing people and they're telling their experience, and for many of them it's working out for them after maybe before having done all those things, spent a lot of money, bought courses and bought software. There are some very fascinating interviews on our channel. If you happen to go back and watch some of them, try watching them all the way through, because some of them actually tell you things that can be a real benefit to the path of learning how to trade. And so more and more people, little by little, people are discovering, hey, these people are actually able to do this, and that's true, and that's a fact. And all the rest of the stuff, it's just kind of a big pile of crap. You know, the stuff that is being sold in trading industry, and it's quite sad. It is frustrating, and it's embarrassing to people who are doing something legitimate in the trading world be associated with some of the stuff you see out there. It just makes you feel like you don't even want to admit that you're even involved in trading, because it seems to even appeal to people who like scams. And so on the other side of that whole world, there are legitimate trading that is going on. There are legitimate people who are doing trading, and they're doing it as a business. We know that that's true. We know that Warren Buffett has a company that's mainly involved in investing and trading, and Ray Dalio. There are hedge funds. There are a lot of companies. There's a lot of evidence. There are banks who are trading, and there are some individuals who are trading. So there is evidence that there are some people who are able to do it, but obviously the majority, people who try to do it, are not going to be able to do it. And that's kind of the nature of this business, because forex trading is risky. You must read all of the risk disclosures of any product that you are buying and any broker that you're using. Just be aware, that, I mean, not only can you lose all of your money, or maybe even more than your initial deposit, it's pretty much known that 90% of people will lose all of their money in, some say, within 90 days. 90% within 90 days. Lose 90% of their, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, very important to know that being able to trade is not something that just anybody can do just by throwing an indicator on a chart or buying a product. And if people are trying to make you think that, all you have to do is just buy this product and then you're an expert at trading, you should know that that's probably not ethical. It's probably not true. And so that's the reason that I'm doing this, is because I have just met personally so many people, and it's kind of sad to see what people have ended up doing by spending so much money and putting their family's finances on the line, trying to make this work, thinking that it was going to work, but they had high hopes, didn't realize how difficult it was and how long it would take before they would begin to actually master the skill. So for the people who are involved in trading and you have come to the point where you do believe that this is the ideal business and you've already invested enough time that you really can't turn back at this point, you know that you have to make this work and you're motivated, you know that you have to do this, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make it work, that's the reason for having these sessions. And since this is the first session, it's just a practice session in a way, but one of the things that I have been doing is showing people exactly how to do that live for free. No kidding. I've showed people exactly how I'm doing it, how other people are doing it, and doing it here live for free. I do trade live every day of my life, and I trading together with a number of other expert traders who have amazing track records, and it's starting to be known more and more in the industry. People are starting to recognize, what are these guys? You know, I've seen people in the past say, oh, those people don't know how to do anything. Yeah, I can tell you that. But sooner or later, more people are discovering the truth that, okay, yes, we do. We are doing this, and it's working. And so it's very exciting. It's very fun. Yes, it is a lot of work, and it's quite a tedious process, and people do have glamorous ideas of what they think that trading is like. You know, oh, trading, that must be really glamorous and exciting, but you know, the actual process that's involved is not that exciting. You know, you sit there for hours and hours looking for a trade, and trades are not happening every minute of the day the way many mentors try to condition you to believe. But it's a fact. On charts, you can take a chart and look at it, and there are things that you can learn to see. And if you develop a skill at reading charts, soon you will see that a real trade is not happening multiple times every day. That's, you know, it may be possible to have a way of entering trades multiple times per day and making profit from that, and I've seen that done too, and I've seen people's lives become ruined as a result of it. But don't want to go into that right now. Just take my word, if you will, that the way that we trade is not based on entering trades multiple times per day. And that whole concept, the whole idea that you should do that, that's the scam right there. And you should not do that. I believe it is possible. People would argue and say, yeah, you can do that and whatever. If you like it, do it. But for me, I prefer not to do that. And what I'm doing works, and I'm enjoying sharing this with other people. So today, if you like to learn how to trade, just let me know in the comments if you have any questions about how do you do this and what is it that makes it work. So in the next session, we may go through a presentation or a workshop, show you the key steps of how you can identify market turning points. And the way that I show is the way that I'm doing it, and that way is working. And I could show you some things that happened today. If there was a trade right now, I could get into it. So here I am looking at gold, and I have traded the hell out of gold here lately. It's been working really well. And last Friday, one of the things that was very exciting, and I have a video of doing this live, that is that we actually identified on Friday that gold has ended a correction on the daily. If you know what a correction is, then that's good, because that's what financial markets never stop doing. A lot of people would go, oh, you said the word correction, and I don't know. Anyway, so if you want to read what financial markets doing, you should be able to see on this chart there is a classic and easily recognizable trend, and then there's an easily recognizable classic perfectly shaped correction. Last Friday we identified that the end of the correction seems to have formed, went long, and some of us are still long in that, but we have entered some other trades along the way. Like today, went short on gold and made enormous amount of profit, relatively speaking. And earlier today, there was some news coming out about North Korea, and I think gold tends to shoot up when there's international conflict things, and the Swiss also is going up, and see all that on the charts. But this is a fascinating thing. I love doing this, and I can show you exactly how to read markets, and it is more than what is normally required in the whole rest of the world. What they're doing is throwing some indicators on charts, or all the dumbass things that people are doing to try to trade, and the reasons for getting in and out. But the way that I do it is learning to read the market, and it's like reading a language. And in order to read this language, that would be a subject that would take more than the amount of time that we have for this session today. And learning to trade would take a little bit more than this one session. I hope that doesn't discourage you. So you don't want to give up today, do you? It may take more than one day to trade. So for those of you who are aware of that, ready to make it work, you probably have already committed to working at it and practicing it for a while. So let me know. Be sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel, and put your comments below. Let me know if you've had any difficulty in the past, if you have some success, if you found some things that seem to work, because in trading, everybody, they sure do have their opinions, and people tend to have their opinions that in many cases could stop them from learning what works, because I've seen some people recently who said, well, I'd like to learn how to trade, but I don't trade this pair, I don't trade on this time frame, I don't do this. And I'm like, so wouldn't you say, tell me how to trade, and I want to do what works, rather than telling me what you do? Because if what you're doing is not working, maybe you might want to do something different, in case you have ever considered that. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to head out here for now, because I just want to test this out and see if more people have an interest in actually learning how to trade. You never know. There might be somebody who is interested in learning how to actually trade. Although most people are not. I realize even in the Forex world, most people are not interested in learning how to trade. They're interested in trying to find a trade copying, trade signal, software, something other than learning how to trade. But if you are interested, if you're an entrepreneur, you look at this as a business. It's not a gambling game or something. This is a business. And if you're interested in learning the business, and you're interested in actually learning how to trade, well, consider yourself a rare and unusual person. But for those people, that's why we're here. And if you'd like to know more about what actually works in trading, just go to tradingmastermind.com, and there we do have a free series of a course that shows you how to get started and learn what really works trading. And we do know what really works and have tested it for quite a while. So we expect that you will test things also and discover for yourself, as all the other people who we have interviewed did. And you can see what their experience was and how long did it take them to figure this out and master it. It didn't happen in 1 week, but the people who worked at it, they did learn how to trade. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. And let me know if there's something in particular that you would like to learn more about, and if it has something to do with actually trading and getting results from it, you come to the right place for that. So take care, and we'll see you.